For real?
Oh well, this is new, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, this stream is now in session. Obi-Wan 362 Gamer Law presiding. And welcome to a thing. With me tonight, of course, is Bubbles.
Hi guys.
And we are trying to do a thing we've never done before, and it's gonna be a thing.
Oh, can I have my dice?
Yes. Crimson and Jump, welcome to the courtroom. How you guys doing? Jump, thank you so much for that 25 months. It is appreciated, as always. As you guys can see from... Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot that... I had a realizations today at work, and I was busy, so I couldn't fix things that I realized I needed to fix. That not all of the prep work got done for this that I wanted. Bubbles, you want to give them a little background as to why we're doing this?
Oh, sure. So a friend of ours from church, his family runs a weekly D&D campaign of them, and our friend is the DM, and they're going to fight their big bad in the end of February, I think.
Sometime in February.
And he asked us if we wanted to join in because we were needing some more D&D in our lives, and we're like, yes, please. And so he's like, cool, roll up some level 8 characters and we'll stick you in.
We have technically, very technically, never played D&D before.
No, we played Pathfinder.
Played Pathfinder, and we've never played a character that high level.
Yeah, no, in our Pathfinder campaign, we just hit level 4.
Yeah, and we're excited about it.
We're so excited about it.
So what we wanted to do is we wanted to get some familiarity with the differences between Pathfinder and D&D, and also Bubbles has really wanted to play a druid.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was gonna make a druid for it, and I was like, well, if we do like a little duet mini campaign, we can get you used to being a druid, because right now she's a fighter, so it's very different.
Yeah.
and we can figure out what you like, what you dislike, and all that fun stuff. So we thought it'd be a good idea. We'll see how exactly it ends up working out. But so, yeah. We'll see how this goes. I am doing the DMing. I've got my character built. This will make me more familiar with the rules. And you guys are the DMs. That would be interesting.
Oh no. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Wouldn't that be
like,
fancy,
it'd
though?
be like Twitch plays Pokemon.
But wasn't that a great experience?
What is happening?
Wasn't that a great time to be alive? Shoot.
What's
Okay,
wrong?
so I can't Well, I was hoping I could unmaximize it in one tab or change the zoom in one tab and not the other, but apparently I can't.
Just open as a new window.
I have it as a new window.
Okay.
But in the same browser, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay, it's still looking for him, so hopefully that doesn't take too terribly long, or we're gonna have problems.
What are you doing?
It's looking at my encounters, because this also has my stat blocks
Oh.
for things. What books are allowed? So all we really have are the player's handbook. As far as we just have the basic rules for the game. We don't have much beyond that. Like we have the rules that you have to pay for to get, but none of the. We don't have Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. We don't have many of the expansion things. We just have bog standards. Yeah, and this is 5e. I've got the Monster Manual, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and a Player's Handbook. Bubbles has a Player's Handbook. And that's what we're working with. And whatever's on D&D Beyond. Whatever's free to use on D&D Beyond. So. Welcome, Bubbles.
Thanks.
Bubbles, would you like to... So, also... for the record, because of the nature of how this stream will be different than our normal streams, where it's largely a game between the two of us, there will be a lot less interaction with chat, as one may expect.
Yeah.
So, just
Be
as
aware.
a warning. But, Bubbles, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Would you like to describe your character to everyone?
Ah.
Would you like me to give you a moment? I'll give you a brief explanation of where we are, geography-wise,
Oh yeah.
and stuff like that.
That makes more sense.
That way you can do. Well, I'm limiting a lot of what gets discussed to what you as your character knows, and so like there's a certain amount that you know that isn't known. That like from a top-down perspective I could know, but so I'll give a brief thing on the area and then you can describe yourself. Does that work?
Yes.
So we are in a very dense forest. You can't tell from the picture here because this is the clearing in this pretty vast forest, which is a largely sentient forest. The trees kind of have a mind of their own, not Trent levels, not to the level of speaking and independent action, but there's a general feel throughout of I want to say of being alive, but that there's something more to this forest than others. It's right outside of a nearby town, which I forgot the name of, but will not be relevant, hopefully, for tonight, where there is only a couple roads going in and out of the town, one of which cuts through this forest. The town is surrounded on both sides by forest. This side is largely untouched. The other side is used by the people in the town for lumber and the like. That's where they do most of their foraging. The people of the town tend to stay away from this forest. Any attempts to enter are often blocked. The roots themselves wrap around. They will grow kind of in response to people coming to limit their ability to pass through here. To the north, if the town is in the center, this forest is to the west of the town. North of them is a small mountain range that this forest butts right up against, and there is a merchant's road that cuts through this forest. It's fairly often traveled, but it doesn't have. But it's always been considered a safe path that you can take, so long as you stay on the path. Stories tell that it can be very dangerous to wander off the path through here, but anyone who's ever stayed on the path has always made it to their destination safely. In this sentient forest full of a myriad of creatures, we find ourselves a 14-year-old tiefling girl. And would our tiefling like to describe herself?
Sure. I am a light teal-skinned tiefling with dark green hair and curly sheep's ram's horns. At this point, I'm a pretty average 14-year-old girl, except I have horns and a tail. Do you want me to do my backstory?
Yeah, if you want to do your backstory here, you can explain why you're in this forest.
So, I was taken in by this forest because at the age of 4, the townsfolk found out that I was a tiefling. My mother was a human. They ran us both out of town. She was slayed in the process, and the forest took me in and has taken care of me ever since.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
It's not too in-depth.
So, there are a number of things that, by virtue of her largely growing up in here, she's been here for the past 10 years, that are fairly commonplace. Oh yeah, what is the name of our tiefling protagonist? Because you didn't include it.
Lavari.
Yeah. Lavari has lived in this forest for the past 10 years, so a number of things that may seem odd to you would be commonplace to her. Chief among them, to give an example of some of the oddities that occur, is periodically, even though we've already mentioned the fact that this is a sentient forest, it seems to have a life of its own beyond what you'd expect of a normal forest. On some nights, the fog will roll in nice and thick. And while Lavari commonly feels as though the forest talks to her, that nature speaks to her in kind of abstract ways, she gets senses of things. On nights where the fog rolls in, when she sleeps, she has what seems to be full conversations with, in her mind, is the forest. It's taught her things about, geography, locations, language, which helps her to keep from being some wolf child. And she remembers these conversations upon waking. It's not like a fleeting dream that she seems to remember but can't hold on to. She can remember these things once she awakens. So, and that is where we will begin. So we start in, you have this nice clearing, as we have pictured here, and you are going about, it's probably 2 or so in the afternoon.
Okay.
What are you up to? What are you doing?
Oh, I at this point I'm probably starting to gather things for supper. I'm probably starting to walk along my paths to check my traps, to go out and hunt my forageables.
Okay. Make a perception check.
18.
18. Okay. I can now zoom in on this scene a little bit so we can see a bit better. I have you placed right here.
Okay.
You notice a slight, because you rolled an 18, you notice a slight trembling in the bush on top of the ridge.
Okay. I'd like to go investigate that.
Hold on.
Oh.
On top, because you rolled an 18.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna, like, you get a little extra because of the 18.
Okay.
Again, your forest always has always spoken to you in ways that you kind of feel, but can't quite verbalize. And this one, if you had to try and contextualize it, it feels like the forest just sighed. Like, at that moment, now that you've had, what do you do in response to that?
I go investigate the bush.
Okay. As you start to move, we will zoom in here. There's where I had you.
Okay.
Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay. As you start to move out of the bush, let me click. What are you doing? This worked the other day. Oh, sure, I can still click you. Why can't I click this? You know what? We might not be able to use.
Zoom in a little bit more, maybe?
Like, I'm clicking on him. He's in this square. You can see him. He's right here.
Yeah, yeah, I see whatever it is.
Do I have to click on Again, this is where we have to just deal with the fact that
We're learning new programs.
we're learning new programs and all this. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. None of this is what I want. I learned how to do this, I swear. You know, now it won't let me. Huh. Alright. Is that a layering thing? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know how to select a lower layer. Oh. You guys know I'm the DM, right? Like, so I can move it if I want. Okay, fine. From that bush, leaps out, just a mess of gray and mangled fur. That you are fairly familiar with.
Oh, good.
Roll initiative.
Oh, okay. All right. Whoa. Hold on, Where's my initiative on D&D? 6.
Well, you surprisingly still get to go first.
Oh, okay.
It rolled a 5 and doesn't appear to have an initiative bonus.
Oh, okay.
So what would you... how would you like to start?
I'm gonna cast a spell.
You're gonna cast a spell.
Can I do that?
I mean, you can.
I didn't know yet.
You can certainly try.
I didn't know if I could do that yet.
Yep. You can. So, I guess that is one thing that we should include. There are certain special rules that we've homebrewed for this because of my reading of how magic works in the world. I do it a little differently. Yes. But Bubbles is a 2nd level druid. But despite that, she doesn't have access to all of her druid abilities. Because she is currently been living on her own. She's had no one to teach her. She has nothing with which to draw on. She's learned some rudimentary things from the forest, but not quite enough to give her the full range of her druidic abilities.
I want to entangle it.
Okay. So, how does entangle work?
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting point within that range.
Okay, so 90-foot range.
20-foot square.
Okay, so verbal somatic. And it's a strength save from, because it doesn't look like you roll for it. It looks like it's a.
Oh, I don't roll.
It's a saving. That's the thing about spells. Most spells, if they're not actual attacks, will just require a saving throw from the enemy.
Oh, okay.
What does it say happens on a successful save?
A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. So, like, you're restrained, but then your next roll you can unrestrain. Try to.
Okay. What was the DC on that?
13. Right? Attack, save, strength 13?
Yeah. Okay. So it requires a verbal somatic component. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Somatic would just be a movement.
Yes.
I'm just gonna stick my hand towards the gray mass and say entangle.
Okay.
Or, yeah, that sounds good. That seems good right now. Maybe I'll change it later.
As you do that, the vines on the ground start curling around it, and as much as you can hear a snicker and a snarl, you've seen him numerous times and he's seen you numerous times. He basically just jumps straight up and lands on top of the vines. Your entangle has failed to grab him. You have your movement left, and that's about it.
Oh.
Or any bonus actions.
Oh,
That's the thing. Spellcasting will take your action.
Okay. I guess let me move closer to him then.
Okay. So
let me start moving. Where does he pop out at?
For what it's worth, since we can't use this map now for reasons I don't understand, and we'll make sure I understand by next time.
Yeah. Try clicking it one more time.
Try clicking him again.
Yeah.
So
is there a spot where you can just move individual pieces?
Like, this should be it, because like I can click you and I can move you.
Okay.
But I can't move him, and I don't know why.
Maybe because he's in the bush? Can you like select his piece? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Don't you look away while you do DM things?
The problem is I don't know if I can. I have to move this whole thing. It's gonna mess it up. There we go. Let's see. It's what the why? All right.
Objects interprets.
Like, I don't know if something went wrong and he became part of the background, or what happened.
Try, maybe you missed the square. Try a different square.
So let me see if I can pull him. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pull up a duplicate of it.
Okay.
So that he, because really he jumped down to like right where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here it is. When he leapt forth, he leapt to here.
Huh, okay.
So like he is right in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Ignore this one now.
Okay.
So your vines fail to entangle. Looks like it's on the GM layer. I'm on the GM layer. So yeah. Do you want to make any movements or use your bonus action for anything?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Okay, so you're just gonna be ready for it.
I'm just gonna be ready for it.
Okay. Wolf. It's clear to you that this is a wolf, and this is a wolf that you are very familiar with.
Okay.
Again, you've lived here for 14 years.
Yeah.
And you've known this one about that whole time.
Okay.
This is a normal ritual between the two of you, where he likes to try and surprise you.
Okay.
And he's a little bit of the runt of the litter.
Okay.
But he puts up a good fight.
Okay.
He is going to try and run around you and attack you.
Okay.
From here. And he's going to bite at you. What's your armor class?
14.
You are very accustomed. You're both very accustomed to this song and dance at this point. So as he goes to bite at you, you just kind of take your staff and you push him sideways.
Okay.
So his bite just goes completely wide.
Okay.
And he's just sitting there like
Okay.
trying with all his might.
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I'm going to cause a clap of thunder, and I'm going to try to frighten him. Like a very loud clap of thunder right next to him.
Okay.
Because it's an origin of a point of my choice. So right behind him.
Yep, within 30 feet.
Yep.
Okay. So as this giant clap of thunder just out of perfectly clear sky day, perfect blue skies, it's lovely. It's like 68 degrees. Sun is beaming, and just out of nowhere, right behind this wolf, he starts to turn, and then he rolls his eyes.
Ah.
It was good. It was a good try.
Yeah.
But he was not having it. And as he rolls his eyes, soon as his eyes make it back down to the starting position, he lunges at you again.
Okay.
And he is going to just take a nice, strong bite out of your leg. Make a saving throw. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh wait, are these my save? Yeah, these are my saving throw
Ooh!
modifiers. Oh no, 4.
Okay. So, you were sure that was gonna work. You were sure that thunderclap was gonna buy you a second. And instead, as you were kind of half gloating to yourself, he came and you had dropped your guard slightly. And he just takes a chunk and just clamps it down on your thigh. Pulls you. You suffer 9 points of
Ow!
damage and are knocked prone.
Rude.
Oops, that's what I want.
Okay. Well.
This is also making me concerned
Okay.
for the future.
I'm going to take my movement to hop back up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at him.
Can I see,
Natural 19.
Can I see Thunderwave?
Yes, it's here.
You don't actually roll for it. It's a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
So that's the benefit.
Well, I rolled a 19, so it was real good.
It was real good.
I hit him real hard.
You know what? I will take that into consideration on
Okay.
his saving throw. How's that?
Okay. Constitution 13.
So it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta grab another D8.
And welcome to the courtroom. How you doing? And yes, this is in fact roll 20 that we're using, and we're having issues with.
7.
7.
And he's pushed 10 feet away from me.
I assume it's on what happens if he succeeds on his save?
And half.
It's halved. Okay. He did not. So.
Okay, good.
So now he's the smug one, cause he's not really accustomed to winning these fights.
But
So-
I just got him.
No, so he's not used to winning these
okay.
fights. So he got you on the ground. He was very proud of himself. All of a sudden, you hop up and just clap your hands together and fire off a thunderclap, and he goes careening 10 feet backwards. And you said that was 7 points
Yeah, 7 points of thunder damage.
of thunder damage. He's looking a little shaken. Like, he's not... He's now trying to decide if he wants to keep going. He looks at you. Kind of shakes off the thunder. And comes charging back in, kind of working his way around to the bush over here to try and get you from the side one more time, hoping if he can grab the other leg, maybe he can get you to surrender. You said your armor class was
14.
And he gets a nice chunk out of that other leg also. Ooh. Oh, the dice. Roll a strength save.
18.
Okay. Knock you down once, shame on him. Knock you down twice, shame on you. And you're like, not again. So even though he's gotten a chunk out of you, you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage.
Nope.
Even though you are, but this time he is not pulling you to the ground. You are absolutely refusing. Like, I am not doing this again. It is your move.
Okay. I'm gonna try to jump on his back.
You're going to try and jump on his back. He is a normal-sized wolf.
Yeah, those things are pretty big.
Okay, just what?
Like, have you seen the pictures of the wolves? Like, they're 3 times people size.
I only say that to say he is not rideable, so you will be hurting him. If that is your intent. It's fine if you're trying to like sit on him and be like, no, you're done, stop squirming.
No, I'm going after him.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're
like, I don't want to kill him.
No, I understand.
Okay.
Well, you can also choose to attack and just do non-lethal damage. That's always an option that you can say, I'm attacking to not kill.
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill him. I just want to get on his back.
Okay.
As like a sign of dominance, but I know it's going to hurt him. Like,
right. No, I got you.
To knock out those last couple points. That last little bit of strength.
Okay. Roll. I'm gonna say roll a strength check, but add your proficiency modifier.
I don't have a strength proficiency.
So you don't have a strength proficiency, but you should have. There's your proficiency bonus.
Oh,
I'm just letting you roll a strength check, but then letting you add the proficiency.
Oh, okay. Oh no, 7. Oh, 8.
I guess I should have let you have your animal handling for that. Actually,
so
just your animal handling.
10.
10. So you managed to get. So at that point, I don't know if I can layer 2 tokens.
That's fine.
So just
put
understand.
Next to him.
Bubbles is on top. You are next to him. You hop over and like as you do so, you kind of like grab his ears, and he's kind of squirming. He doesn't like this position. He hates it when you do this to him, and he's like, no. And he's kind of type thing. And as you're doing this, as you're both squirming and fighting over the nonsense, you hear, before you heard the forest sigh, this time you're hearing some kind of creature sigh. Are you kids at it again? And
I'm gonna hop down off of him.
On top of the ridge where he was, I don't have a token for this one. Up around here, so just right over top of you, looking down at you, is this massive wolf. 6 foot tall. And you're familiar with this wolf.
Okay.
This is a wolf that's taken care of you for most of your time when you've needed some kind of creature to take care of you.
Okay.
What are you two doing?
Practicing.
You say this as there's blood, like, seeping down your leg from a good bite. Like, it was a nice bite that he took out of you. How many times do I have to tell you guys to stop hurting yourselves?
It's fine. It's just a bit of blood.
And so she slowly works her way down the side here, just clearly glancing at you. The other wolf has his head down in shame. Like, I can't. Like, I'm sorry.
I go over and I ruffle his ears.
She comes up to you. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with you children. And she's in like, stand still.
I do so.
You do?
Yeah.
You get this cold chill that goes down your spine. And you recover all of your hit points.
Yay!
You think I was going to kill you?
No, I knew you weren't going to kill me.
I didn't think you were going to do that bad against a wolf, though.
I mean, he's the one who bit me.
How many times have I told you, young one? She's a fragile creature, and you can't play so roughly with her as you do your brothers.
But it's fun.
And you, how many times must I tell you that you need to get stronger so you can beat up at least the runt of the pack?
But that's why we're practicing.
That's why you need to stop being the runt of the pack.
That's rude.
She's like, one of these times, someone is going to get into this forest again. You were a special case. But we need to know that if you'll be able to handle yourself until I appear.
I will.
Okay. Go meditate under your tree or whatever. And she starts to walk away.
Okay.
She says that to you, in your forest, in your grove in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And only in your little grove.
Mm-hmm.
When you meditate under a specific tree, you can regain your spell slots.
Okay. I go do that then.
Yeah. It takes you a good half hour. Like you
Okay.
It takes you a nice time. You have to commune in your head while you're meditating. What is going through your mind?
Oh, just
What kind of things do you think about?
Well, I try not to think. I try to just hear the nature that's around me. I try to reconnect with
Okay.
it through its own sounds.
Okay. As you do, the entire time the forest kind of, because again the forest hears you. The forest is used to these little fights you have with the other wolf cub.
Mm-hmm.
And though you keep clearing your mind, and you know you've cleared your mind, the forest is basically playing your fight back on you in repeat.
Okay.
Trying to show you where things went wrong.
Okay.
And
Okay. Teaching
Trying
moment.
to help you see what you could have done, what you should have done.
Okay.
And you're a little annoyed.
Okay.
Because it does this after each time.
Okay.
I just realized I need to fix your... I'm also tracking your HP over here. I need to heal you over here.
I don't know why you are. I got my own.
Because when I track it over here, they can see it on the stream.
Oh, okay.
That's why. So, Pupper has... And somewhere around halfway through...
Mm-hmm. He leaves.
Well, I was actually going to say, he left with Mom.
Oh, okay.
And about the time that you're done, he comes back, and he's just kind of...
There.
He's just kind of like rubbing up against you.
Okay.
Because you're friends. You've grown up together at this point.
Yeah.
you get a sense as you finish this. Give me a perception check.
15.
Is that what you rolled, or is that your perception?
That's with perception.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just like you know what yours is. I
I
have
know
to look
what-
every time.
My perception's a +5. It's just easy.
Okay. Yeah. As you get up, because you were just strongly in tune with your forest. You sense your forest signaling you away from the merchant road that cuts through,
Okay.
which you know that it always does when somebody's traveling it. It tries to keep you away from the mean people who hurt you in the past.
Okay.
What do you want to do with your day?
Well, since I was so rudely interrupted on my way to check my traps, I'd like to go check my traps and find some supper.
Give me a nature check.
Oh no. 5.
So you had like a little snare for like a rabbit.
Mm.
You go and check that. It's somehow sprung, but there's nothing there.
Okay. I reset it.
Set that one. Okay. Give me. I assume you have more than one trap, so give me another check.
4.
You walk over to where you
Switch dice.
you set another trap, but you can't seem to find it. You're looking around. You're like, I know it was right here. And as you say that, you plant your foot,
I trigger my own trap.
and it snares you. Like, it's not strong enough to do anything because
No,
you're a lot
it's
larger
for
than a rabbit. But you feel your wolf friend next to you just.
Shut up! You find dinner then.
And walks off. And do you have one more trap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, I don't.
What did you roll?
4.
4 again.
Yeah.
You go over to this one and you find it, and it just hasn't been triggered. It's
Okay.
just there.
Okay.
It's there. Ironically, it's there. And there's a couple rabbits around it.
I pounce on a rabbit.
Okay, I'm gonna need a stealth check for you to sneak up on a rabbit.
Ooh, nope, not sneaking. I'm not sneaking. We're stealth. 4.
So you went to check a trap. You expected something to be in the trap. So you weren't thinking about having to sneak up on your food. Your food would be trapped.
Yeah.
So you're like cromping along, and you show up just in time to see all these rabbits just scatter.
Okay.
If you want, do you have any ranged weapons? You might be able to get an attack off on a rabbit real quick if you have a ranged weapon of some script.
A sling?
Okay.
Natural 20.
There's one rabbit who, weirdly, is bouncing. He's just jumping as he flees from you. And you rear back and roll a d4.
4.
As he's bouncing, you are quick because you know if you lose this rabbit, you're eating mushrooms for dinner. You spin it, and you just sling it with all your might, and it just hit. He falls. He's done.
Perfect.
He's out. And you can breathe easy that you managed to get yourself some meat for this dinner.
Good.
So I assume you're gonna take a while, prep your rabbit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna any fresh leafy edibles,
Uh,
vegetables, just
you
stuff that
you can find
forage on the way
you
back.
can find that pretty easily.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think you need
just no. I looked around where I shot the rabbit and picked up what I saw.
So, okay. And did you head back to your clearing for that?
Yes.
Or? Okay. So you're there. You eat. A couple of the other wolves come in. They don't think too highly of you, but they don't have any problem with you.
Okay.
You're like a younger sibling
Okay.
to them. We're around night at this point. Sun's setting. Stars are out. It's a beautiful night, nice and clear.
Okay.
Where do you sleep?
Oh,
What do you do to
can
get
I
ready
see
for
my
the
whole
evening?
clearing?
You can. Give me 1 second. Like, do you sleep in the clearing? Do you go find a tree?
I've made myself a little spot. What is that? Like where the wolf jumped out to the right.
This?
That.
That's a stump. Stump of a
That's
tree.
a stump. Okay. So the trees between the two little cliffs to the left there. Okay, they can see your mouse.
Yeah.
Like under those two trees is where I normally sleep. Like I have like some furs and stuff that I sleep with.
Okay.
For bedding.
So,
You might want to zoom in just slightly to get rid of the white band.
So, and I will let you all know this. This is where I have, unfortunately, run out of maps because again, I didn't have time to. Things are changing, and I am now having less time than I used to have.
So here, just put my token under, like, near the tree.
But so this is the only combat map that we have.
That's fine. Click off, yeah.
So you're there and you're settling in for a long summer's nap. Give me.
Oh, dang it.
What type of file are the maps? I think these are just JPEGs. As you start to drift off to slumber, I want you to make another perception check. Did you accidentally sign out?
Yeah. 10.
You get the tinge from your you get a familiar tinge from your force, but it's a little different. The force is clearly telling you that there's danger.
Okay.
But something is weird about it.
Okay.
Usually your force, whenever there's danger from an outside force, it tells you to stay away.
Okay.
Whenever there's danger from one of them, is like with the wolf that you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a like, prepare yourself, here something comes.
Okay.
This is just this emanating sense of danger.
Okay.
Coming from the direction of the Merchant's Road.
Okay.
What do you do with that feeling? Do you...
I stay put. Like,
Okay.
if I feel danger from my forest, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stay where I am.
So as you, presumably, so you're just gonna, are you just gonna kind of hunker down in your underneath your trees?
Yeah, like there's no reason for me to move.
Okay. Let me do a thing real quick. Where's my other one? Nope, that's... There it is. Huh. As you've settled yourself in and you're ready to just say, okay, I'm done for the night. Make one last perception check.
$23.
You hear something weird.
Okay.
It's not a sound you've heard before,
Okay.
but as someone who's grown up around a lot of different kinds of animals, you still know the sound of an animal that's scared and in pain.
I go towards it.
It is coming from the direction of the danger that you've sensed.
That's fine. I go towards it.
It
My love of animals overrides that.
It's kind of this sound.
It's a lost baby. I go towards it. I'm gonna go save it.
So are you just going to go sprinting at it? Reckless abandon.
Well, I mean, within reason. It's dark. I don't want to trip over roots.
Aren't you tiefling? Don't you have like dark vision?
Yeah, up to 60 feet. So.
So you can go sprinting
Yeah.
if you want.
Yes.
Nothing stops you.
Yes. So yeah, when I get close, I want to slow down and look before I leap. But
You would know because as you get closer, the sound is louder and louder.
yeah.
So you're probably you can't quite see it because you haven't cleared the trees that are in the way. But you're probably no more than 30 feet from it at this point.
Okay.
How at that point? What kind of approach are you taking?
Can I see it?
No, I said like there's still some trees in the way.
Oh.
Are you?
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna walk.
As you emerge past these trees, right next to it, there's 3 figures there.
Mhm.
One of which is a young boy, green-skinned, with dark hair. Probably a little taller than you are. With just ragged clothes.
Okay.
The other one is a very... If it was... Another figure is this child that if it wasn't for his just stark white hair, you almost could have missed him. His complexion is so dark
Okay.
that he just blends in to the night.
Okay.
But as you come through, both of them look at you. Kind of shocked, kind of terrified.
Mhm.
And you notice that he's also got stark white eyes.
Okay.
But he's also dressed in just rags and tatters.
Okay.
And between the two of them, each of them are pulling on this small creature that's just a ball of fur and feathers. And it's kind of... You've never seen anything like this.
But it's clearly crying in distress.
It's clearly crying and in distress. And give me a perception check. Or give me an insight.
21.
21. It's crying in distress, and looking at these two, they are also severely distressed.
Okay.
Which they have to be pretty distressed because you're not really sure the last time you saw a person face,
Mm-hmm.
and yet you are very sure that they are also both very distressed.
I'm gonna confess, I don't really care about them.
Okay.
Mm.
What do you? Well, just what do you do? Because these two are still clearly pulling on this little furry and feathery creature.
They're on the road?
No. They're actually... You expected to find these people on the Merchant's Road, and instead...
They're in my forest?
They're a good 60... They're a good... probably, let's actually say, like 120 feet into your forest. They made it a good ways, so you're actually...
Okay, I'm just gonna shout at them. What are you doing?
And actually, I'll even tell you this, because you're used to your forest, and you're used to people not making it in your forest.
Yeah.
There's no vines around their feet.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I still shout.
Yeah. The dark-skinned boy just kind of cowers a little bit.
Oh, I draw my staff too. Like I have my quarterstaff in my hands.
The dark, especially you coming through there like that, shouting, the dark-skinned boy just like retreats back. So he's behind the little creature, and the green-skinned boy straightens up as best he can. He's like, "Can you help us?"
With what?
We just got away from a group of thugs. They're trying to take this little guy, and he points to the creature. They're trying to take him. They're going to sell him the next city we get to, probably some carnival or arena. We've been stuck with them for months. We saw a chance, we took him, and we ran. Can you help us?
Who are you? As I say this, I'm walking. I walk towards them. I'm on guard, but I'm walking towards them.
Okay. I have to remember what I named them. Look, right now what matters is that we are trying to save this little guy.
You're in my forest. Like if you're good enough, the forest will protect you. Stop whining.
Fine.
At this point, I've walked up to the creature and I'm checking it over for injuries, for cuts, assuming that it'll let me touch it.
It's
like I let it smell me.
Give me an animal handling check.
Okay. Please be good. 11. Is that right? Yeah, 11.
Like, it's getting louder. At this point, it's scared.
Okay.
It's so scared of everything that's going on right now that it just it's kind of squirming around.
Okay. Is it chained? You said
Mm.
pulling ropes?
They were kind of tugging at him.
Oh.
It didn't have any visible chains or anything that you could see. It's more like it's a decent size. It's probably about the size of a medium-sized dog.
Okay.
So they're like under its haunches, like trying to.
I cast Goodberry.
Okay.
And I do 3 of them.
Okay.
And I give 1 to each of the boys, and I give 1 to the creature.
Okay. You can mark that off. So
actually, since I know I can cast 10, I go ahead and cast all 10 and put them in my pouch.
Okay. I wasn't gonna say anything, but Mike has a much better decision. Okay, so you take these and you gave 1 to each of them.
Yeah. Here, eat this. You'll feel better.
The creature doesn't hesitate and almost bites your finger as it grabs it.
At this point, I'm up close. What does it look like?
Its face looks like something you're used to. It has feathers all over its face, and it almost kind of makes like a little heart shape of a different color, of a slightly lighter shade of brown. But it definitely has like, and it's got a nice little beak, and it definitely has like an owl's face.
Okay, but it walks on all fours and has a furry body.
Yes, this is an owlbear. For Bubbles, this is an owlbear. This is an owlbear cub.
Okay.
Lavari doesn't know what it is.
No, but I can tell it's part owl, part bear.
Yeah,
Because I know both of those
you can tell it's a very
animals.
furry creature.
Yeah.
To be fair, at cub size, it could also just be a large dog. You don't really know.
I would also accept an owl dog. That's fine.
But so it stops crying briefly.
Okay.
Because like it seems the boy with the green skin looks, he doesn't eat the berry, but he goes ahead and feeds it to the owlbear instead.
I just pull another one, give it to him, and say, "Eat this. I can make more. Just eat it."
He goes ahead and he's kind of hesitant, but at the same time he needs help,
Yeah.
and so he eats it. And
See? Better?
there's a point.
How old are they?
They look to be about your age,
Okay.
but you can't tell because
Tattered and scared.
where
and-
you were from, your town, every single person there was human.
Okay. These two clearly aren't.
Neither of these quite look like they'd be human.
Okay.
The dark-skinned boy, now that your eyes have adjusted not to the darkness, ironically, but to his
him.
appearance in the darkness,
Yeah.
his ears are pointed.
Okay.
His ears are pointed. He has elongated features,
Okay.
and it's just something doesn't seem quite right about him
Quite
with
human.
the humans that you're
Okay.
aware of. The green-skinned boy looks fairly human, aside from the fact that he's green, and you've never seen a green human before.
Okay.
But you've noticed he's got a little bit of teeth sticking out.
Okay. Like an underbite?
Underbite, but it's almost more like the boars that you know, where they have a
Okay.
little tusk.
Okay.
And so neither of these things really mesh with your understanding of people,
Okay.
because you never saw people like this.
Yeah.
But they're clearly some kind of people, and that's what you know.
Okay.
The green-skinned boy, he looks at you and he's like, "Thank you. I'm Keth."
And your friend?
He doesn't talk much. Is Egan? What is your name? I don't know. I saw the chance. He was the only other one I could grab. And so we ran.
I tell them to come with me, and I lead them to...
As soon as you say, "Come with," you hear a rustling
Okay.
about 30 feet away.
Okay. Perception?
Okay.
11.
You hear a rustling 30 feet away. How do you respond?
I get between the rustling and them, so I'm in front of them, and I'm just at ready.
Okay. Do you want to ready any kind of action, or are you just...
Just staff? Because
So-
I conjure quickly.
So if you ready an action, what that means as far as gameplay wise is, then you can ready an action for, I want to ready an action so that if somebody shows up, I can do this type thing.
Well, like if they pop out, I wanna bash them if they're bad.
Basically what it would do is
I'm not playing that complicated today.
Basically what it would do is it would give you assuming it's something that you can combat,
Yeah.
it would give you a surprise round. Is what it would do.
Okay. Yeah. Then that's fine. I want to do that.
You want to be prepared to hit them with your
Yeah,
your
with my
quarterstaff?
staff. Yeah.
You get in between them, and as you do so, you wait, and the rustling, and the rustling, and the rustling, and out walks, kind of haphazardly, this human in definitely better clothes than what they've got, but not great.
Mm-hmm.
Clothes, pushing things out of the way, and you see in his hand is a crossbow.
I whack him on the legs to take him out prone. It's
To knock him prone?
on his back, right? Prone is
Yeah.
on your back. Yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh no! Can I roll the other dice?
Um,
Can I have advantage since it's a surprise?
how bad you roll?
A 4?
I will give you advantage because you were lying in wait, and he did not see you. You ambushed him effectively.
Oh! Oh wait, no, 11. Just plain attack. So with my strength,
Yes.
12.
Roll damage. Let's see what you would
Hold
get.
on, I gotta. What's the staff damage? Hold on. 1d6 plus 1. 5.
Okay. Yep. As he emerges from there, you said you hit him on the leg.
Yeah, like to take out his knees so he collapses.
As he comes through there, you were ready. And while you kind of jumped the gun originally, because it's a staff and you're accustomed to using the staff,
Mm-hmm.
you miss on the first swing, and you quickly spin it around and
Okay.
whack him right in the knee,
Okay.
and he just goes down on one knee.
Okay.
And as he does so, he yells, "Son of a!" and looks up to see you right there.
And I'm like trying to look as menacing as I can as a 14-year-old tiefling. Though, okay, so I have lived in the forest my entire life, so my hair is kind of wild. My horns are, they're large horns. Like I'm.
You're not scary
Yeah,
at night in the woods.
Yeah. Also, my eyes are creamy yellow. Like
Huh.
a pale.
I don't know if
creamy
you've told me
yellow.
that one.
No, they're like a pale creamy yellow.
Which glints
So
off of the
think-
torch in his other hand.
So think like a hollandaise sauce.
So, that's an interesting description for us.
I know, but that's like the color. And my
Which-
tieflings, so they're pupilless.
And these yellow pupilless eyes glint off
Creamy
of.
yellow.
Creamy yellow.
Thank you.
My apologies. These creamy yellow eyes glint in the firelight from his torch. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a thing, and we'll see if it ends up being anything or not.
Okay.
Nope. He rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
I was gonna give you the chance to scare him.
Oh, okay.
And the dice said no.
Okay.
He looks at you, startled and scared at first, and then his face just kind of curls up into a grin. He's like, "Hey, it looks like we got another one." And as he says that, another person, this one with a scimitar, comes out of the bush near you.
Entangle.
Well,
I
now it's initiative.
Shit. Okay. I think I'm gonna roll a different dice. Where's my... This was a wedding dice. Didn't I have 2 d20 wedding dice? I guess not. Maybe I only have one. The
You only
pink
had one d20 wedding dice, but you
I
also
do
have your
have
dragon
my-
dice.
Yeah, I have... Where's my new opalescence d20?
Uh,
Nope, a wedding dice. Where
I
did it
see.
go?
Is that one it?
That's a 12. Here's a 20. Okay. It's just a small 20.
And actually, I'm going to give you advantage on your initiative because it's your forest. You get a lot of extra bonuses for being in your forest.
I rolled a natural 16. So it'd
Um,
be 17.
so it won't really matter.
Do I need the other roll?
You can roll it if you want to just to see.
Nope. Second one's an 8. So that is my highest.
Okay. As the other guy comes out of the trees, Keth, you hear from behind you, yells, "You're not gonna take it!" And a rock goes whizzing past your head, going right into the forehead of the guy who just came out of the trees with the scimitar.
Okay.
And so he's like, "Ah!" Like he reaches up like he almost cuts himself because he reaches up with the hand holding the scimitar
Okay.
and like just holds his head like
Okay.
he suffered a couple points of damage. After that's it's your move.
Okay. I am going to entangle, and since it does like a 20-foot square, I'm going to get them both, and I'm just going to entangle them to the ground. With vines and shit that my forest makes.
Okay, I don't think you. When you say entangle them to the ground, do you mean like try and knock them prone, or do you just mean like entangle them, trying to hold them in place?
Well, the one guy's on his knee, so they like snake up his body.
Yes, I'll give you that one.
The other guy, yeah, I mean, I can't knock him prone first.
Right.
I don't have a move for that.
I will give guy with the crossbow who you knocked down. I'm gonna give him. He gets a disadvantage on his save because he's down.
Okay.
It's probably not how it's supposed to work, but
No, I mean, that's not wrong.
story-wise, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
What's the DC on that?
13.
He rolled a 12.
Oh,
So,
good.
which you're lucky I gave disadvantage because he rolled a 20.
Ooh.
The other guy, he's able-bodied, so let's see. He is super able-bodied, and they've been hacking through the vines to get here, and you can see like the vines still like wrapped around their shoes,
Okay.
where they've clearly been. The forest didn't want them in here,
Okay.
but he's used to that, and he's already got a scimitar in hand,
Mhm.
so he just like hacks your entangle.
Do I have a way to call my wolf friends? A whistle or a blow on my flute or
You probably would because you've
Okay.
been around them for.
For my bonus action, I want to do that.
What do you do?
Call.
Just pick a sound because you could choose. You can tell us right now what you do.
I do a whistle, like a bird whistle. I can't bird whistle, so I'm not going to do it here. But I do like you know how like in the movies,
Yeah.
like the secret calls, yeah, like that.
Okay. So this whistle rings out, and oddly enough, you do that, and the little owlbear looks at you, and if a beak could grin,
It would grin.
it almost like you see its eyes, which have been terrified and kind of down. Its eyes go up slightly in the corners,
Okay.
like it liked the noise you made.
Okay.
But you've sent out your call. That's all you know.
Okay.
The guy with the crossbow, the one you knocked down, is going to attempt to. Even though he could shoot at you from the ground, he's a little frantic
Okay.
because he just fell down and all of a sudden he just got wrapped up in vines. So he's
Good.
going to be attempting to free himself and failing miserably.
Good.
Your vines and the forest's vines are starting to just intertwine, and he's having a rough time of it. He is super stuck.
Okay.
The guy with the scimitar, on the other hand, is going to run up at you, and he is going to take a swipe at you with it.
Okay.
As he swings at you, one of the forest vines hooks his foot, and he stumbles on it, going completely wide.
Okay, good.
It's Keth's move, and Keth is just tugging at the owlbear. Can't get it to move. He cannot seem to persuade this owlbear to move. Actually, I want to do this first. Where there it is. Okay. It is your move.
Okay. So, let me recap real quick. Vine guy is wrapped in vines and on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I've sent out a call to my wolf friends.
Mm-hmm.
Scimitar guy is still stomping around.
Yes, and he just missed you.
And he just missed me. I'm gonna thunder wave him.
You gonna thunderwave him?
Yes. I mean, there's nowhere else I would thunder wave.
Thunderwave has a 15-foot cube. You
Yes?
may be able to fit them both in there.
Oh, yeah, then both. I will thunder wave both of them.
Okay. What's the...
Constitution 13.
13 DC Constitution there. Okay. First we'll roll for the guy on the ground. Good. I say roll your damage, because even if they make their save, it's just gonna half it.
Yeah.
Okay.
13.
13?
It's 2d8. And they're pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, it's half and isn't pushed.
What the frick? Jeez.
That's a 7. My d20s aren't very lucky, but my d8s are.
Okay. What do you do as you cast Thunderwave?
Is it? Yeah, it's verbal and somatic. I clap, and I push out with both hands, while saying "boom," but like deep and throaty and scary.
So I'll let you. Do you like thaumaturge your voice, or
Yeah,
is
let's
it just
do that.
just for like I
Yeah.
can't give you any effect for it, but just for story wise, you
For story wise, I thaumaturge.
boom.
Yeah, like that.
As you do so, the one on the ground is being pushed back 10 feet while he's entangled in vines. These vines aren't just vines, they're thorny vines. They're all of it, and it just scrapes his skin.
Good.
He flies back, hits a tree, and doesn't seem to be moving anymore.
Good.
The one that was right here in your face, when you went boom that split second before the wave hit, you saw fear enter his eyes.
Okay.
He goes flying back the 10 feet, which puts him into the same tree that the other guy hit.
Okay.
And you hear your thunder wave was a literally thundering sound that went through there,
Okay.
which was immediately followed by a thundering as his head
Ow.
cracks against the tree
Yeah.
and he falls limp to the ground.
Okay. Well, I guess I didn't need the wolves.
As that happens, give me a perception check. Because you are on high alert. Give me, actually, with advantage.
Not that D20.
Because you're on high alert at this point. This is your forest.
15.
15. There's a stillness that happens right after that. The owlbear stopped making noise. Both of the kids are just kind of staring at you. And it's quiet for a good couple beats.
Okay.
And then you hear, from the direction that they came from, you hear, "It came from this way!" And you can hear what sounds like a couple more people coming your direction.
Okay.
They're probably still a good 60 feet away.
Okay.
You also hear behind you what sounds like one smaller thing coming.
That's my wolf. All right. I'm going to pick up the owlbear. I'm going cuz I mean, I'm 14, but I'm pretty strong for 14. I've been running around wrestling wolves my childhood. I'm going to pick up the owlbear. I look at the boys and go, "Run." And I point them towards where I know my wolf is coming from.
Give me a strength check.
Ooh, 4.
Okay. 4 total. I like how you're like, "I'm strong. I've been in the woods this whole time." 4.
Advantage for adrenaline?
No, but I'm gonna give you something.
Okay.
You
Can I have what I just pushed it to?
no.
Please, it's much better. It's than 18.
You go to pick up the owlbear.
Mm-hmm.
The owlbear's not huge on being picked up because the
Okay.
people who've picked it up so far have not been kind to him.
Okay.
But right now, he kind of likes you.
Okay.
You knocked out 2 of the people who were mean to him.
Okay.
So you can't. But so when you go to pick him up, he doesn't. You don't lift him all the way up, but he gets on his feet
Okay.
and starts walking.
Okay. Okay.
Because I basically was giving you a free animal handling on this anyway, because you fed him
Yeah.
and you saved him
You
from
saved
you
him.
saved him from a couple of the bad people.
Yeah.
So you get a free animal handling on this.
Okay.
It was gonna mean that if you succeeded on that, he wasn't gonna squirm or anything.
Okay.
Since you failed, he's gonna walk with you.
Okay.
You can't get him to walk very fast, but he's
Okay.
going.
Okay. Okay.
Are you going in the direction where you heard what you assume is your wolf friend?
Yes.
Okay. You walk probably at that point because he's coming at you. They're coming this direction. You probably go 20 feet,
Okay.
and you find your wolf.
Go get Mama. There are there's bad guys.
He looks at you and just
Perfect. Oh, that's what I should have done.
and you hear, you know that. Give me a perception on this one, because I'm gonna give you extra information if you get good on this.
20.
Natural?
No.
Okay. Dirty still does it.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get. You were gonna just get more specific.
Okay.
From where you are, you know where you are in this woods.
Yeah.
The wolf's den, from where you are, is that way. It's
Okay.
it's to the right of where you are. It's
Okay.
ways out.
Okay.
It's like, if we pretend that you're facing north,
Okay.
it's like northeast. It's northeast from
Okay.
you. And you hear a couple wolf howls from that direction.
Okay.
And then you hear the deep
Mama
howl of Mama coming from not as far as you'd expect, but coming from the northwest. And ironically sounds like beyond the range of the forest,
Okay.
which you've never known her to go outside of. You've never gone outside your forest,
Right.
and you've never known your mama to go outside the range of this forest. But that's where the two howls are coming. That's where the two responses
Okay.
are coming from.
Okay. At this point, I don't care.
Which direction are you going?
Oh,
Or are you staying here waiting?
No, I'm not waiting. I'm heading, because I know all the little clearings. I'm just heading towards one of the smaller, more secluded clearings in my forest.
Okay.
Because I assume my wolves will either find me or they'll go get the bad guys.
Okay. So that would be the one that's closest to you from where you are is going to be slightly towards Mama.
Okay.
And so you're just taking off running that way.
Yeah.
Give me a trying to think. I think it should probably be in athletics. Just to see how quickly you're moving through here.
That's not a thing. Acrobatics?
Athletics is a thing.
Oh, you're right.
And you're
right.
proficient in it.
And I'm proficient in it. 14.
14? You are making good time. You're
Okay.
you're going you as you're going, you're making good time. The guys behind you, for being entangled constantly by the forest, are making good time, but they are being slowed a lot by the forest.
The evil guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you're clearly getting away from them.
Okay.
You burst into the clearing that you're in, and it's just the four of you. It's just you
Okay.
and your little... Sorry, the five of you, because now you have your wolf friend.
Okay.
Now that you're in your little clearing, what do you do?
Okay. I tell my wolf friend, can you be guard? If you hear them, call to me, and I'll move us or hide us.
Kind of looks at you for a second, looks at these other people who he's let come because it was urgent, but
I'm finding out who they are, and I ruffle his ears.
he looks at you and runs off into the forest, kind of going a roundabout way in the direction of where these other people
Okay.
are.
All right. All right. All right, sit. I just told everyone to sit on the ground. Start.
The dark-skinned boy basically just collapses where he's at.
Good.
Keth, on the other hand, is kind of like he appears to like be looking around, like taking in his surroundings, like he's preparing himself if he has to bolt again.
Okay.
Do you?
You'll be more comfortable if you sit. But either way, you have to tell me what's going on. Who have you brought into my forest?
Don't know his name.
Okay, hold on. Let's start at the beginning. Who are you and where did you come from?
I was with my family. All right, my family. We look different, so some cities don't treat us too great. All right.
What are you? You're not human.
He kind of licks at his tusk, like I'm a half orc. All right, like.
What's an orc?
He just kind of looks at you with confusion and not real sure how to do this. It's like, I mean, you don't know what an orc is. I mean, how do you not know what a half-orc is?
Well, I know what humans are, and I'm a tiefling because my dad was a demon. But I've never seen one of you before. And you're certainly not an animal.
Is this the time for this?
Well, anyway, so, okay, continue then, and you can tell me what you are later.
You hear, you hear what is clearly your wolf friend howl.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I use Entangle to close off the entrance of the clearing? Like, can I conceal us?
You couldn't conceal you, but
I know I can't use Druidcraft yet because I haven't been with the Druids.
you can say that on the thing. That's fine. Because then people can know what your limits are.
Okay, so I can't use Druidcraft yet, but I want some way to close off the forest, or can I commune with the forest real quick to get it to close off the entrance to this clearing? So it just...
Can I read Druidcraft real quick? Druidcraft.
Oh, I guess I couldn't with Druidcraft either. It's like harmless stuff.
You could make a sensory effect to make them think you're elsewhere with Druidcraft.
Okay, yeah, I'll like put a skunk smell so they don't come this way. Or should I put like rustling? Maybe I'll put rustling in a different direction than us.
Okay, I will. Under normal circumstances, you can't use it. Right now, I will. You know what? Let's leave it up to the roll. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Roll, and I'll give you advantage on it.
Okay.
So give me a roll at advantage. It's not a very high DC.
I'll take that one. 17.
17? Alright. So, you hear that, and you're a little frantic, and you're needing something to happen.
Mhm.
You're like, if only, basically in your mind, you're like, if we could make them think we went a different direction.
Yeah.
And as you do that, you feel the energy surge through you,
Okay.
and kind of just go from your fingertips
Okay.
in the direction you were thinking of.
Okay.
And you hear a rustling over there.
Huh. That's new. Continue with your story. We'll be okay here.
You're hoping.
Yeah. Well, I'm being reassuring.
Yeah.
So I can get the story. I do have my staff on my lap at ready.
At this time, because now that he howled, you hear Mama howl again.
Okay. And she's closer.
She's definitely a lot closer. And you think you heard a second howl.
Okay. Unusual.
A second large howl.
Mama has a mate that she hasn't told me about.
As you... Okay, so sorry, you wanted him to continue the story?
Yes. So wait, if you're a half orc, what's he? And I point to the dark skinned kid.
An elf?
Okay, continue. At this point, I don't know. I don't know what an elf looks like, so that seems fine to me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still confused by your questions when you're asking things that he feels like everyone should know. It's like when somebody asks you something that you think is common sense.
Yeah.
And you're like, you have to take a moment to be like, how do you not
know this?
It's like, so one night my family, we were packing up, getting ready to go to the next town. Some people from the local merchants guild attacked, kind of like started tossing our stuff around, giving us a hard time, trying to make us leave. I mean, we were trying to leave. I don't understand what their problem was. But so I went up and was like, you can't break our stuff. And I just pushed him. And when I pushed him, he fell back into one of our crates. The crate broke, and a piece of the crate kind of went through him.
Okay.
He didn't die or anything, but
He got hurt.
and I got arrested. My family had to move on because they had to make money somehow. So once I finally got out of jail, I was kind of like on the streets, whatnot. Anyway, these guys come along. They see me trying to figure out what to do, trying to make a living without stealing, because I don't steal. It's like we had enough people stealing from us. I'm not gonna steal from somebody else. And they see me, and they just kind of grab me. I try to fight them off, but there's like, I don't know, there's like 10 of them or something, like plus the boss guy, who it's a whole nother story. And they just forced me to do whatever they said. Again, we got here, they were pushing their con or whatever they were doing in that town down that way, and he gestures towards the village you were run out of.
Mm.
Just running their con or whatever it was over there, and on the way back, they were all a little drunk. I saw a chance. I knew something terrible was going to happen to this thing. I couldn't let that happen. Egan or whatever his name is, he's not been with us very long. I want him to have to deal with what I had to deal with. So I took them both, and I tried to get out of there.
Okay. I just wanted to know what happened. Anyone who sets up in that town isn't any good.
So is there someplace we can go? Like, what we could...
Right here. This is my forest. This is my home. The whole forest is safe. The whole forest will keep us safe.
You hear in the distance, "Are you sure they went this way? Look, I heard something over here." Over towards the direction of where you made the rustling leaf sound.
Good.
Give me another perception check, though.
9.
You have a weird sense of foreboding. They're clearly not coming your direction.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like imminent danger.
Okay.
But it feels concerning.
Okay. Is there water nearby? Do I have a stream near me?
Probably.
Okay. Is there a waterfall in that stream?
Probably a small one.
A small one, just enough to make noise.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Come on.
If you go another 100 or so feet.
Okay. I tell them, like, I motion to them to be quiet, but come on. And I go over and I ruffle the feathers on the owlbear's head and have him come too.
Give me an animal handling check.
Can I have advantage? I'll give him a good berry. Let me roll, and if it's bad, then I'll give him a good berry and see if that helps. 9. I'm gonna offer him a good berry.
For the 9, you kind of try to push him, and he makes a very light sound.
Okay.
So you can try again with your good berry now. Oh, your good berry gives you advantage on this roll.
Okay. It's not gonna be that one. 12.
He can be coaxed.
Okay.
He's not moving quick, but
okay, that's fine.
he's following
he
you.
doesn't need to move quick. He just needs to follow. So I take them over to the stream near the waterfall just so it's some background noise, so our talking isn't as loud. I tell them all to drink. I like cup my hands and like I give the owlbear water in my hands. I assume he
Owlbear-
then like sips a little bit and then goes to the stream.
Owlbear starts to lick the water out of your hand, and his tongue like goes all the way to the bottom of your hand, and like it's rough.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like a cat tongue where it's
Aw.
like sandpaper. You're like, this is weird.
I drink too from the stream because it's good, clear, crisp water.
The now identified to you as the elf boy. He
Mhm.
leans down, and he drinks, and if you can tell he's getting that sensation like when you drink water for the first time in a long time where it just like rushes down and
Yeah.
you're like he takes a drink and he just kind of leans back and breathes a deep sigh.
Feel better now?
He looks at you briefly and then looks away but nods.
Okay.
And the half orc Keth just shoves his face in the water.
Well, that's
Takes
an
a big
interesting
drink.
way to drink.
Pulls his head out. At this point, you hear the howl of your friend Lil
Mhm.
Wolf again,
Okay.
who is still over where you told him to go.
Okay. I throw up a howl to let him know our new location.
Yeah. And in response, you hear Mama.
Okay.
You ironically don't hear the ones at the den anymore.
Okay.
They're not responding anymore. You don't really know why, but it's probably because Mom's responding.
Yeah, Mama told them to go somewhere else.
Mom's close.
Okay.
Let's see what they get.
I was just say I'm just gonna hang out here till Mama gets here.
Oh my gosh.
Can I have your rolls? Your rolls sound better than mine.
I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, not that one. Your other rolls have been really good tonight.
You hear a rustling in the brush,
Mhm.
and out pops your wolf friend.
Oh, there you are.
And kind of, with his head,
Mhm.
motions away from where you heard Mom coming,
Mhm.
and kind of back toward your main clearing,
Okay.
which is also back towards the wolf den.
Okay. So they've gotten that way, the bad guys. That's what I'm understanding.
Give me an insight. Because it's hard to read a wolf even when you've been around.
10.
Yeah, it's not real clear if he's telling you should go that way, or if they went that way.
Okay.
You can't really tell.
Okay, so I get down on his level. So I'm sitting on the ground in front of him. I realize at this point he's towering over me, but that's fine.
He's not, again, because he's the runt. He's the runt of the litter.
Still.
He's like,
He's still gonna be the size of a large dog.
yeah, so he's probably like,
Sitting,
he's
probably
he's close to your chest probably, but he's not.
Okay. Where's Mama?
He just kind of like motions towards the direction that you heard the howl.
Okay. All right. Hang out here, friend.
Give me one more perception check.
Oh, it was so close. 10.
Give it to you with advantage because it's everything's calm right now, but you're still on edge.
13.
The forest feels wrong.
Hmm.
And you can't quite place it. You've never felt this from your forest before.
Okay.
It's normally when there's a problem, your forest.
Keep going.
Normally when there's a problem, like your forest tells you like there's danger, there's something. Your forest almost feels scared.
Oh.
The forest itself.
That's not right. These are just plain bad guys. That forest shouldn't be scared of them.
And then you start to feel it.
Hmm.
And you see the vines
Mhm.
that are blocking the path to you
Mhm.
start to curl away.
Hmm.
And they look like they're dying.
Oh.
And just curling away and making a path.
Oh.
And in through the hole that appears,
Mhm.
you see this orange furred face.
Hmm.
And it locks eyes with you. I think you have something that belongs to me.
Shit.
Roll a wisdom save.
Oh shit. Oh wait, where's my saves? Okay. Where's maybe I need to pick up new dice. Let's pick a new dice.
Grims wants to know if you said that or if your character said that.
I said that. Natural 19. 24.
You've faced down a lot of creatures in this forest. You're a little on the reckless side. So you don't lose your nerve,
Mhm.
but you also understand the gravity of the situation right now.
Okay. Okay.
And all you can see is this face right now. But like it's how tall are you?
I'm 14, so I'm probably like 5'2".
This face is a full other foot above you.
Okay.
And as it stalks out of the shadows with the foliage curling up and retreating from it,
Mhm.
it emerges out and it's on two legs.
Okay.
And it is in just these immaculate clothes.
Okay.
Like the fine silks. And it looks at you and says, I'll be taking my owlbear and my slaves.
No.
He kind of smirks. I'm sure there are some who would pay a nice price for a feisty little tiefling.
I throw up a howl as loud as I can.
Let's see. No response.
Shit.
But your little wolf friend is just
Bristling.
yeah.
Okay.
His back is
Hackles are raised.
his back is arched. He's ready. He's ready for this. The two slaves that you were with
Mhm.
look mortified.
Mortified or terrified?
Yes.
Okay, because
They're-
mortified would be deep shame. Why would they be feeling shamed?
thought they could get away.
Okay.
They're clearly terrified they're going to be taken back at this point.
Okay.
What do you do?
You realize it's midnight?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We're very nearly at a point. I mean, we can end here if you want, and you can have time to think about it.
Yeah, I need time to think about it. Let's end here.
Okay.
So when I come back, I'm fighting Catman, who I'm assuming is a tabaxi.
You keep assuming that.
Okay. There's lots of furred creatures, so. Oh my gosh.
And you've got... At least you're
I'm at full
you
health.
somehow managed to make it through.
He kept missing.
You managed to... The thunderclap that killed both of them, I was not expecting.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore, though. Oh, no.
You've got one spell slot left.
I've got one spell slot left.
So you have one more thunder wave in you.
Yeah.
Or one other thing. Look, Crimson, it's not my fault that Bubbles ended on a cliffhanger.
It just makes you have to come back next week.
So we're going to do it next week?
Yeah, probably.
So I apologize, guys, for being not quite prepared. Yeah, the run of the wolves nearly takes her out, but the armed thugs can't even touch her.
See, it's all about situations. When I'm playing with my brother, I'm not going to be real tough. But when it's life or death and I'm about to die...
And you have to save a little
I have
furry friend.
Save a little furry friend and maybe some, I don't know, some less furry kids.
Yeah, because... So what was it? Your forest seemed to think they were okay, so you were...
Yeah.
You thought they were okay? Is that
Yeah.
is that what happened there?
Basically. Like, I mean... Forrest wasn't reacting poorly, so why should I?
That's fair. Keep that in mind for the future.
New?
What do you mean new?
No, I dropped
I
I
know.
dropped a dice.
So... You stun wave in both cases. Yeah, and one of those times it worked great, and the other time...
Yeah. The other time, not so much.
Yeah. So, again, guys, this is my first run at trying to do something like this, so I apologize if...
I have comments for you. I don't have to say them on stream, though.
The less wordy.
Yeah. I need less story. I need a little more action.
Okay.
I don't need to know how fine his robes are. I just need to know that he's in immaculate clothing. I can
Okay.
use my imagination at that point.
Okay.
And let me tell how I'm feeling.
That's fair.
Like, yeah, I just want to control my character in that way.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
And I'll do better about saying what I think I'm feeling.
Okay.
So.
Cool. So... Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm like legit scared for this fight.
You should be.
Oh no! Don't kill me! Don't kill me on my first big encounter!
Again, we do miss out on something because because church went long and we had to start an hour late. Because the plan was for you to get past this to some other things.
Look at our first campaign with our current GM.
Our first campaign with our current GM, he planned a one session campaign for us, and it lasted
3.
Was it just 3? I almost thought it went last longer than that.
It was either 3 or 4.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I need to get some stuff. Okay, Anab, that's good. It's good to know. Yeah. Again, now that you guys are aware that this is going on, if I am like, I need a map for this, I can see if anybody has anything that they want to throw in or whatnot. But yeah, I'll try and get prepared so that we have maps to use and such, so we don't have just bubbles hang out under a tree the entire time. Try and be more prepared in the future. And again, I apologize, but
The first run is always the fix-it-all.
yeah, and we didn't know when we were gonna start this until our friend at church was like, "Oh, we're gonna
get to the big bad at the end of February. Can you be ready by then?
and we're like,
Sure.
we thought we had more time." So, kind of threw this together.
Yeah, so this was a matter of, we had a week and a half to prepare.
Yeah.
I just finally did my final stats rolled my stats on Saturday.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was a little quickly put together, but we can work on it this upcoming week.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for this. I also realized that the music stopped at some point.
Oh, yeah. That's something else we'll have to think about.
Yeah, I'll have to get a little playlist set together.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. As always, it is very much appreciated. Crimson, thanks for trying out the tickets feature. I'm trying to figure out what to call it. That's just what I could come up with for right now. But I'll have to think on that some more. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be doing some more Darkest Dungeon again. Seeing how we like that. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you, Bubbles. This would be fun.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope you had fun.
I did have fun.
And yeah.
Oh, is it the Bantha?
It's the Bantha, but you can with the points, you can modify an emote. So
okay.
he modified the Bantha, which as you can see like that. It's got He's got it's supposed to be like a thinking
thinking
hand.
Bantha.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a thinking Bantha.
Thinking scared Bantha. So.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching this, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this stream is adjourned. Good night, everybody.
Good night.